What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cap Show. Shout out to the great Derek Jeter, one of the best shortstops the MLB has ever seen, if not the greatest shortstop ever. Derek Jeter, what a career. Obviously, him playing with the New York Yankees since he got drafted back in 1995. Look, he was first getting looked at the New York Yankees back in 1992 when he was still in high school, which is crazy. Fresh out of high school, kind of like a LeBron James, like what Derek Jeter did to the MLB, just right out of high school. Obviously went to the minors, but I just think Derek Jeter, he's a 14-time All-Star, 5-time Super Bowl winning champion. He's 5-2 in the World Series. I mean, Derek Jeter, he's the guy that you want on your team. He's the leader. He's the voice. He's everything you want a shortstop to be, and also a hitter for the major leagues. I mean, he's great. He did so many good things for the New York Yankees, and what a career. From 1995 to 2014, his whole career with the Yankees, and I think the Yankees, they've honored him so much. They're going to build a statue for him. I just think for Derek Jeter, he's that guy where it's like, wow, dude, how did he come up with that ground ball at shortstop? How did he make those plays, what he did in the World Series? How did he do these things that Derek Jeter did game in and game out for so many years, for decades? In the MLB, first ballot Hall of Famer back in 2020. It's iconic, dude. In World Series games, like I said, he's 5-2 in World Series overall. He's got 3 home runs in the World Series, 50 hits, 32 runs batted in the World Series, and he's played 38 World Series games. I mean, obviously, the only losses he's had is the Florida Marlins, which was an upset back in 2003, and then lost to the Arizona Diamondbacks back in 2001, which that game was crazy, and that really wasn't Derek Jeter's fault they lost. But, his second year in the majors, he won a World Series, beat the Atlanta Braves in 96. And then 2 years later, he three-peats, 1998, 1999, and 2000, dude. I mean, Derek Jeter, dude, he's kind of like, if I would compare careers, to different sports, it would be kind of like a Tim Duncan. Derek Jeter really wasn't a loud guy. He wasn't, I'm going to talk shit to you and get in your head. No, Derek Jeter showed up similar to Tim Duncan, kind of quiet guys, and was like, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to beat you in this aspect, whatever the case is. Derek Jeter's going to make it happen, and that's what he did. And then his last World Series championship was back in 2009, which that was iconic as well. His last year in the majors was back in 2014, but, amazing career. Overall runs batted in for Derek Jeter, 1,311 runs batted in, which is insane, dude. Insane, crazy number. I mean, Derek Jeter, I would say he's the best shortstop the majors has ever seen, dude, and one of the best hitters the game has ever seen. I mean, crazy. He's got 3,465 hits overall in his career, which is crazy, and 260 home runs. He wasn't known for a home run hitter. Okay, he did hit some big homers in the World Series games, but overall, Derek Jeter wasn't that guy to say, hey, I'm going to hit a grand slam here or hit a homer. No, Derek Jeter was, hey, I'm going to hit a double here. I'm going to hit a single. I'm going to get on base no matter what the cost is, whether I get hit by a pitch, get walked, whatever the case is. Derek Jeter's that guy. I mean, dude, the Yankees, they should honor him so much. Even when Derek Jeter passes away, they should honor him, dude, forever, dude. He's the Yankees' all-time leader in hits, 3,465 hits. Okay, all time. Okay, doubles, 544 doubles. Yankees all-time leader. Games played, 2,747 games played. That's an all-time Yankee leader. And then he's got 358 stolen bases. Yankees all-time leader, dude. Plate appearances, dude. It's crazy. Over 12,000. 12,602 plate appearances, most by any Yankee player of all time. Not just MLB records, but Yankee records. I mean, we have to respect the New York Yankees and say, yes, they do have the most World Series championships of all time. I mean, and my St. Louis Cardinals are number 2, with 11, dude. So they're over double right now, dude. Like, the Yankees, they are that team. I mean, they have Hall of Famers after Hall of Famers, but would I rank, Derek Jeter among the New York Yankees greats of all time? I definitely have to put Derek Jeter in the top 3. I really do. Derek Jeter, he's that guy where he will get it done. He's a 5-time Gold Glove award for being a shortstop, 2-time AL Hank Aaron award, which is amazing. And not to mention the New York Yankees retired number 2 jersey to honor Derek Jeter, which they should have. They should, and I would love to see Derek Jeter, and now in 2022 and going into the future, I'd love to see Derek Jeter, become a manager, become a coach for the New York Yankees, somewhere in the New York Yankees organization where they could utilize Derek Jeter. I mean, it's amazing, dude. It really is, and not to mention he was an MVP of the World Series back in 2000. That was when he was kind of, fresh in the league. But it's crazy to me that Derek Jeter got in the league back in 1995, and then to 2000, he won 4 World Series championships, 96, 98, 99, and 2000. That is incredible. So Derek Jeter, first 5 years in the league, he had 4 World Series championships, and then only one, the rest of it 14 years later, only one. But at the end of the day, Derek Jeter, he was a success. He was a success overall, and like I said, I would probably put him as the best shortstop to ever play the game, which is, I could hear a lot of different opinions, but I would say top 3 for sure, absolutely. Maybe not number 1 go overall, but definitely in the top 3 greatest shortstops. He's a 14-time All-Star. It's crazy, dude, what he did for the Yankees. The Yankees, I mean, obviously without Derek Jeter, I don't think the Yankees have 5 championships in the past, couple decades, especially in the later 90s. I don't think they would have won that many. Yes, they might have won 1 or 2 with the great pitching they had, some of the great hitters through the organization they've had, but I just think without Derek Jeter, I don't really think they win 3 or 4 of those. They might win 1 or 2 without Derek Jeter, but I think that's how valuable Derek Jeter was. He was that guy, dude. No ball was getting around him at shortstop. I think his fielding was probably a little better than his batting, which is probably ignorant to say, right? It's probably like, how is that even possible? But Derek Jeter, some of the dives he did at shortstop, some of the throws he threw at shortstop was just like, how? How is this possible, dude? How does Derek Jeter be able to do that on the run and just throw it across his whole body and still get the guy out at first? It's amazing. I mean, Derek Jeter, he was that guy, man. He was that shortstop, and I wish the St. Louis Cardinals would have had, him at shortstop. I think St. Louis Cardinals would have won 5 or 6 championships with the great Albert Pujols. I think that would have been great. But overall, yes, the Cardinals had some good shortstops. Edgar Renteria, a great shortstop, but nothing like Derek Jeter, dude. I mean, the resume speaks for itself. The 5 World Series championships speak for itself to say, hey, Derek Jeter, he is, obviously a Hall of Famer, but where do we rank him? Do we put Derek Jeter in the top 10 all time of greatest MLB players ever? And that's a debate, and a lot of people want to put Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds. Well, Derek Jeter, Albert Pujols, those guys, they didn't use steroids. So technically, if we're going to go fair game here and say, no drugs, no enhancements, none of that, I got to put Derek Jeter in the top 10. Same thing with Albert Pujols. I got to put him in the top 10. They didn't cheat their way. We know for a fact that Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, those guys, they cheated. Jose Canseco, they cheated, dude. They used steroids, which is illegal for the majors. Does it make the sport better? Probably. I'm not going to deny that. I just think overall, looking at it, you're still cheating at the end of the day. So I just think the non-cheaters in the major leagues like Derek Jeter, he deserves to be in the top 10 greatest MLB players of all time. What he did for the game. 5 World Series championships, dude. Like, what more do we have to say? Like, Derek Jeter should just say, hey, I got 5 of them, dude. And a lot of them were because of me. We have to understand that 96 was a huge monument for Derek Jeter's career. Just second year in the league, he finally got a starting job at shortstop, proving himself. And then he proved himself right. And then he just kept getting better and better, dude. So it's amazing, not to mention that it's in New York City, the biggest city in the United States, which is amazing. So Derek Jeter, he should feel honored right now, dude. He should feel like, hey, dude, like, this is all me, dude. I'm 5-2 in World Series championships, which he arguably could have been 6-1. Florida Marlins, they did definitely beat the New York Yankees. Now, going back to the Arizona World Series, that went down to the wire. The 9th inning with 2 outs. It was insane. The Arizona Diamondbacks, they fought and clawed, well-deserved, but New York Yankees a couple, a strike or 2 away from that 6th World Series championship with Derek Jeter, dude. But the Yankees, they've had so many great talent, not just Derek Jeter. I mean, across the board, it's been a run for the New York Yankees for my lifetime. Since born in 1992, it was just like, dude, the Yankees, they've just taken over. Even before I existed, bro, it was just like they were still good. They were still dominant then. They still have more World Series championships than my St. Louis Cardinals. So it was just like the Yankees have always been at the top, and I think, they probably will be for the next 20 to 30 years in the majors. I don't see anyone passing them. I don't see my St. Louis Cardinals passing them. Maybe this year we might get another World Series championship. That'll be number 12. Not even close to where the Yankees are at. The Yankees are just way ahead of the curve. They got money to spend and all that, but for Derek Jeter, man, I put him in the top 10, no doubt about it. I put him in the top 3 greatest shortstops to ever play the game. Shout out to Derek Jeter. I'm not a Yankees fan, but, respect when respect is due. Derek Jeter, first ballot Hall of Fame, baby. It's the Clown with Cap show. Let's go!